You're gonna put on the fucking headphones, or you get what you deserve.
Oh, Jesus. Just a couple of incels quoting Joker at each other.
Welcome, residents, to the Dr. DC podcast. My name is producer Richard, and across from me is the doctor himself.
Hello.
Wow, easy.
I can't tell my levels because I don't have a way to
Just
do
put on
that.
the fucking headphones. They're right there.
If only there was some way to tell if my levels were good.
You son of a bitch. You'll never know if there's enough snare in your headphones.
Yeah, where is my snare?
Yeah.
Like geographically, where is it?
I'm gonna
Siri, where's my snare?
punch you in the head. Each week we talk about the weird and wonderful world of DC while fielding questions from listeners like you.
That's right. Baby.
Speaking of listeners like you, we got a review from one of you.
Oh, fuck yeah.
An 11-star review.
Oh, I didn't even put that in.
No, I did it. I know where they are.
And
And I took it.
oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, then there you go.
Yeah, I took it. I did the work.
Well, it's about time.
Number 129 from Twitter, coming from Kyle, who says, shout out to my buddy, DJ. Sorry, he just wrote DJ, but
Okay.
I can't read it in a normal way.
Sure.
DJ Alex B for showing me the way to your podcast. 11 out of 10. So not even just 11 stars, but 11 out of 10.
Yeah. There were only 10 stars to give.
And Kyle was like, my
He's
name's
now in the hole for 1 star.
Yeah.
And we've already sent our guys to collect.
Yeah, his kids are not going to eat this month.
No, looks like somebody's going to have some shin issues if they can't find that star they owe.
Whoa, who's this? The Hickory Dickory
Yeah.
Doc?
Oh, real nice house you have here. Would be a real shame if something would have happened to it. Should that star not work its way to its home?
Hey, I see that you just raced that penguin down that ice ramp. Be a shame if I took the star from you.
Like Mark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Other places you get stars.
It took me a second.
Yeah.
It's like, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this character?
Yeah, you'll get there. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
got there. Yeah.
Hold on. I have.
Well, thank you. That's a very nice review.
I'm in a bidding war right now.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. You're doing this like right now.
Well, I only have 27 minutes left, and I just got
Well, if
outbid.
you lose, you lose.
I don't know. What?
As always, our first priority is the quality of this podcast. So
Look, the way that this quality gets better is by me reading more comic books.
I wish I had a counter argument to that.
I mean, this doesn't really necessarily help this one because they're IDW comic books.
Yeah, couldn't be further from being
And they're from
helpful.
Supernatural, so
Oh my god.
it's the full series of Supernatural comic books.
You
yeah.
did it, eh?
Yeah. And I'm in the war for my life right now.
Wow. If you don't mind my asking,
Yeah.
what is the bidding range we're at right now?
So there's 6 books,
right.
and I'm currently at $20.
Wait, it's IDW?
Yeah.
DC published 2 sets of 6-issue series
Well, these
of
are
Supernatural. IDW did one too?
apparently.
It's weird because Warner Brothers owns Supernatural
I don't know.
and DC. Why wouldn't... Oh, that's odd.
Yeah. So very excited. The artwork's really, really good too. So I can't wait.
So you're about to get it?
Yeah, I just made the highest bid now, so we'll see.
Yeah, $7,000.
Yeah, we'll see by the end of this podcast. We'll see.
Yeah. You're like that guy in Batman and Robin, like when they're bidding on Poison Ivy, and he's like, $100,000.
I also am beating somebody right now for a bunch of Bronze Age comics.
Like?
Well, there's some Flash in there.
Okay.
There is some Action Comics. There is some Superman in here. There's a ton of Marvel stuff. There's some Star Wars stuff.
Interesting.
But yeah, there's spectacular Stan Lee stuff. Yeah, I
will say, I'm going to give you credit right now.
mhm.
You are reading comics. You're not
Hey, shut up.
you're not only
They're gonna find
acquiring.
out.
You're not only acquiring them just for the sake of bolstering your numbers. You are actually reading them. You have a proper collection. You are enjoying.
Hey, what are you doing? There's some chicks who listen to this podcast.
Oh yeah, and those pussies just dried right up. Baby.
Yeah. By finding the pussies that listen to this podcast are drying up because I'm reading comic books.
You mean they're not just playing this at a bar somewhere? We're not syndicated.
They just read it for the pictures, not it because of the content.
Podcast. They read the podcast.
Yeah.
For the pictures.
Yeah, instead of the articles, because I think that would be the content. 'Cause, people say that they read.
Oh, I see. You're going to do like a Playboy, right?
Yeah, but like a reverse.
This is a good joke.
That's how you know a good joke is happening.
Wait, this just in.
Oh.
The pussies are remoistening.
Oh my God.
That was a good joke, baby.
Speaking of just in, we've got some news.
Jesus Christ.
That's right. First piece of news out of two pieces of news.
I don't know that that's usually how the news works.
That's how they do it. My name is...
This is CNN 1 of 3.
Oh, I better listen.
It's not a Twitter thread.
I better watch. That's the first one we read because it's upvoted to number 1.
Yeah.
New Batman podcasts on the way from Spotify and HBO.
Yes, this is the one that has the guy who plays M'Baku as Batman, right?
So I know one is a 60s Batman.
So, okay, one of them, is Winston Duke as Batman. It's sort of like campy and fun.
Yeah.
And then the other one is Jeffrey Wright
as
Batman.
And
that's like a mystery one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tight. I mean, listen, as always, let's branch out for Batman a bit, but I do like that we're branching out medium-wise. Like, those Wolverine ones are a lot of fun. Those were really cool podcasts.
Yeah.
Batman is perfectly set up to work as an audio drama. All that kind of pulp sort of influence and shit like that. Yeah. I think that's dope.
Hey,
and the
it's
fact
me,
that we're getting like
not
fun...
Bruce Wayne, pretending to be. I mean, actually, am a criminal.
It's me, Matches Malone. Tell me, where are the other drugs going? Now I'm just picturing the end of that Feet of Clay episode where Clayface keeps changing. He's like, I can't control it.
Yeah. Is there any other? Has there been any other like comic book superhero like audio podcasty things?
Yeah, wasn't Superman Smashes the Klan a radio drama first before it got turned into a graphic novel?
I don't know.
I'm positive that was an audio drama.
Ooh.
Or based on like an old audio. There used to be audio serials of something.
If there's any other stuff like that, I am fully on board.
I would love to get that for some like other characters too. That would be fun.
Yeah. Give me some quippy guys, or give me like a Flash or like a Spider-Man-y kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Detective Chimp.
Yeah. That would be a good one. That's just a good one.
Yeah.
That's
or
just
like
a good
Constantine.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think there's lots that would work really well in the format.
Hey, it's me, the Flash. And then I ran over there.
And then I ran over there. Then I ran over there. This episode's been over for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I'm fast.
Yeah.
The Flash.
I run.
And I ran.
That's the theme song. That's the intro music.
Yeah.
God, we're good at this. Next and final piece of news.
Good. 2 of 2.
2 of 2.
Yep.
Black Canary spinoff in development for HBO Max from
God.
Lovecraft Country showrunner.
That's right. So Misha Green.
I saw Misha and
I know.
I was like, call it.
You were too excited.
Yeah.
But yeah, Misha Green.
I called myself
and Journey Smollett, who have worked together on Lovecraft Country. Journey Smollett already has played Black Canary in Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
And now they're in early stages of development for a Black Canary solo film for HBO Max.
Oh, Solo.
Anyone with you? No. Solo.
Han.
Ugh. And that's how I got the dice.
Wow. Oh, you didn't get me?
Matches.
Oh, I was
But
doing
yeah.
Dice Clay,
Oh,
but yes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Dice.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
I don't know. Those are two different people.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked Journey Smollett as Black Canary in Birds of Prey. I thought she was great.
Yeah.
Giving her own movie sounds awesome. I think it was Gail Simone was like, we just had Savant in the Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
Let's jigger with the timeline a little bit. Let's throw Savant in as the bad guy, because like that's the reference at the start of the Suicide Squad. When
Really?
he kills that little canary. It's that canary put him in prison.
Oh.
So let's have it. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Michael
cool.
Rooker's Savant, and
What is like Savant good for?
like, it was super genius, brilliant tactician, but I think has like a amnesia thing where sometimes like forgets who he is or what he's doing.
Oh.
But it's not funny necessarily.
Yeah, none of that came across in the movie, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I think that's the idea. Well, I mean, the only thing you kind of get is that he's like a master planner, because he has marked out all of like the how the ball will bounce kind of thing.
Sure, but I mean,
But
given
that's-
enough time inside of a cell, I feel like anybody could do that. Like
That's true too. Yes.
just I know that's why I'm like, meh, I don't
But
really
yeah,
get what his
let's-
thing is, but
But you know, I think it was Gail threw that out there, and I was like, yeah,
that's a great idea.
I'm into that. I think
Yeah.
that's cool. Yeah, let's expand out Black Canary's world a little bit. Like maybe like Ted Grant's in there. We're getting other JSAers
Yep.
in the Black Adam movie. If we get Ted Grant in there as a sort of like older mentor kind of thing, like in the comics, like that's kind of fun too. I think there's a lot of like potential fun to be had in there, so I'm very excited.
I would love a spinoff of really like any of those characters. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
from that Birds of Prey movie, like I would love like especially like a Renee Montoya movie or something.
Well, like have her become the Question.
Yeah.
Like, kind of take her arc from 52
yeah.
and sort of like bring that to the screens,
Yeah.
where the old Question is dying and is sort of bringing her in and training her. And
Because I mean, she was probably the like besides Margot Robbie, she was probably the most dynamic character on screen. Like,
yeah, and she was definitely like a sort of breakout from that. Like not as a like Rosie Perez has been around.
I mean,
forever,
yeah.
but like I just mean like
Rosie Perez.
who popped on screen.
Yeah.
and it was definitely her.
Yeah, 100%.
No.
Speaking of popping, no, I got nothing. The theme this week.
We're talking about the Titan and the Fury,
Also
Atom
known
and
as-
Hawkman.
That's right.
Baby.
How did we end up with this?
So this is at
This is voted.
the final episode each month.
Mm-hmm.
The theme is voted on by our Golden Age Patreon subscribers. One of the benefits of being a Golden Age subscriber on our Patreon.
I feel like some of our subscribers were not stoked about this.
But they voted.
I know.
Every month I try and keep it like within like a general idea. So the theme was like team ups, different team ups. So the options were Atom and Hawkman, Green
A bird character, and a guy who can get small.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Someone sciency and someone rough and tumble. And
No, we would never do something like that. That's preposterous.
no, it was Atom and Hawkman.
Yeah.
Green Lantern, Green Arrow.
Yeah.
Cass Kane and Stephanie Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And Fire and Ice. And I was really pulling for Fire and Ice. And for a while, I thought that was going to happen. And Atom and Hawkman just came in right at the end.
I don't think
and took over.
I don't think I knew that these characters like were known for teaming up.
Yeah, I mean, they actually have. It's funny. They both have like a pretty long and very like definitive history as like super buds.
Yeah.
And like have teamed up a lot, but also like not that much.
Okay. Yeah.
Enough that like if someone writes them together, that comic creator knows enough to make a reference to like how long they've known each other or something,
And what their
like
relationship
that.
is like.
But if you were just to enumerate it, like it's not that much.
Weird. Yeah. I just
It's kind of an odd one. I mean, The reason that it's in there and that I do consider it like a classic team up is that they shared a title. There was the Atom and Hawkman.
Wow.
Was a comic. Very briefly, but it was a comic.
It's a weird like team up too. Like I wouldn't like instinctively think that they would go together. Like Fire and Ice.
Yeah, well, I mean, those characters are also created together. They're presented as a pair. They're like there's
even
a lot.
Green Arrow and like Green Lantern. I'm like,
I guess at least they have the green connection.
They've
but
got
also
a thing.
it was like Lefty and Space Cop.
Yeah,
like Ray Palmer is different politically from Carter Hall, or from Qatar Hall, but like not. It's not like Ray Palmer is like a bleeding heart.
Yeah, they're not like two sides of the coin.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're right. It doesn't feel like one that is A, should work at all, or B, is noteworthy or anything like that. And yet there is this sort of weird lineage of their relationship over the years and in the comics.
Well, I'm sure we will get to the bottom of it by the end of this. So why don't we start answering some fucking questions?
Jesus. You were so excited about 2 pieces of news, and now...
Yeah, let's just fucking do this.
Yeah. I'm glad that we're phoning it in, now that we finally know that Friday is the day we find out if we won a Canadian Podcast Award.
Yeah, it's only been since June that we had our last email from them.
Yeah, by the way, thank you, Canadian Podcast Awards.
Unless we didn't win, then fuck you!
Yeah!
Unless we did, and then I apologize for my previous statements.
Yeah. They give us the humanitarian award.
Cleanest nope, that's not even nope.
I mean, if there was an award for cummiest podcast.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're the stickiest of the ickiest.
That's not what that means.
No?
Oh no.
What?
All those poor people at the marijuana dispensary.
Is that some sort of candy shop? I don't know.
Let you lick the lollipop?
Go ahead, girl. Don't you stop.
I've been on a bit of like a classic rap and hip hop thing right now.
Well, you went from boy bands to...
I bounce all over the place. It just depends on my mood.
Yeah, but we always know what that is.
Well, yeah, I guess it doesn't really depend on my mood. My mood doesn't change. Shut the fuck up. Let's get to the question.
Demeanor maybe, but...
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the very first question, which means we're heading on over to Twitter.
Twitter.
First question comes from Truth, Justice, and Hope, who asks, Are the Hawkman and Hawkwoman that appear after Crisis on Infinite Earths, but before Hawk World, still retconned as being imposters? Or did the Venditti series incorporate them as well?
So this question, though technically not about Atom and Hawkman together, I did include it because you can't talk about Hawkman at all without addressing some of the weird continuity.
Oh, is there like a weird history with Hawkman? I thought he was always just the guy who was from the past, and that's all that matters, and he reincarnated, and that was the only...
I mean, technically, we're all from the past.
Whoa.
Next time you have an important meeting, walk in and say, I've traveled here 33 years to tell you that this meeting is now in session.
That being said, I just need to ask you to not go to any more meetings. So, Hawkman and Hawkwoman.
The quick, let's just recap. The Golden Age Hawks are the Carter and Shayera Hall archaeologists.
Yes.
Humans who gain powers, past lives, that sort of thing.
Yes, this is they keep being...
Exactly.
Becoming new people all the time.
Yeah, reincarnating.
Yeah, that's the
word. Couldn't find the word.
Yep.
Yeah.
I kept thinking retcon, and I was like, that's not the word.
I mean, yes, but no.
No.
Yeah. The Silver Age Hawks are Qatar Hall and Shayera Thal from Thanagar. They are alien cops, basically, who come to Earth. They're chasing...
well, wait, that doesn't add up, though. I thought they were from human history.
Shut up, man. They're chasing a villain named Bith Rock to Earth, and then they end up staying there. And then their human identities are Carter and Shayera. So right after Crisis on Infinite Earths, there was this Hawkman series, and they were Carter and Shayera as their human identities, but they were Qatar and Shayera. So they were
two separate characters.
So they were
great.
The Thanagarian thing, and they were just posing as Carter and Shayera.
And then they never changed it.
And then
Oh no.
that whole series was retconned as they were imposters. It was Felandar, and I can't remember what her name was. And then Hawkworld set up that Katar Hall and Shahira Thal from Thanagar had never been to Earth.
Oh my god. But then that's where it ends, right? They're separate. They never come.
I'm not going to keep going through it.
What? I don't understand. Does it change more?
But what the Venditti series did, I mean, and a previous series had attempted this too, but basically said that every single version of them, I think, the previous series, there was a previous retcon that where it was like every version of them was a life of them, except for Felandar, except for that weird one. And then the Venditti series says they're all past lives because they reincarnate like backwards and forwards in time and across space and all sorts of things. So like multiple lives can exist at the same time. Like it basically is a way of just saying like it doesn't matter. They're all true. I actually don't think the Venditti series is the one that really specifically looks at this. The bigger continuity question is after Death Metal, which was an anti-crisis, it undid all the crises. Or rather than undoing them, all of them have happened now. Like now, canonically in DC,
Okay.
the answer to what is this weird continuity issue is it's a continuity issue. Reality got changed. Characters,
so they're just acknowledging it.
Characters in DC
Yeah.
now live in a world where they, like us, can just go like, that was a weird one. Reality changed. And they go like, it doesn't line up. And they go, yeah, we know.
Characters they get to go because Speed Force, basically. Yeah.
Essentially. But it means everything happened, which means that Felandar, A, was an imposter because that did happen.
Yeah.
But maybe B could also be a past life as well. Like... I don't think it's been specifically dealt with, but what I'm getting at is I think the Venditti series sets up the possibility that it's one of the past lives, but it's Death Metal that says like actually they could just say reality got fucked with. We don't like it's weird.
Jesus Christ.
Because that's the lasting effect of the Anticrisis. You are on such a fun journey now reading all of this stuff.
I hate that I know some of this stuff. Sometimes I'm just like, why do I know that like he then became that then fucking now it's part of the same continuity and like they actually became aliens at one fucking point.
I've definitely said it before on the show, but there's a line I said out loud explaining a story to my dad.
Yeah. And
my dad just fully laughed because he was like, you sound like you're 6. Like when a kid like is using their imagination. And it was I described how
your wife wanted to marry him.
No, how Shadow Thief stabbed Firestorm with Shining Knight's magic sword. And my dad was like, what the fuck is comics? My dad likes comics too, but he still thinks about that all the time. It's just like, it's so fucking insane.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You'll know if I'm actually into comic books if I pass your fucking yearly test next year.
You're already into it. I mean, I know you don't always pass the test or whatever, but I just went through that Hawkman stuff and you went like, yeah.
But yeah, because
you know it. You like, could you do that on your own? Maybe not, but that doesn't really matter. No. I said it and it wasn't like you heard it for the first time. It was like in there. You were like, yeah, Thanagar, yeah, we know, yes.
I need to put a fucking spoon in my skull.
Oh my God. Let's do a video episode.
If we're gonna do a video of spooning happening on this, it's not gonna be anything to do with my skull.
Oh Jesus! Wow, good.
I am officially. I'm 6 minutes away from winning these fucking comic books. So
I'm glad you're focused.
Yeah, no, I got. Yeah. Hey, at least it's not sports.
I hope someone sneaks in the last like 20 seconds.
We're gonna get a lot of dead air if that happens.
Yanks them from you.
Oh no.
By the way, what is this listing?
Don't worry about
it. Could you imagine?
You wouldn't dare.
You're not spending that much on them.
Fuck it. I know I'm not. I should. I know. Part of me is just like, do I do like a baller bid just to like, get past them? But I don't want to pay that much money for them, especially because it's only 6 books. It's not.
But then
worth
why
it.
are you putting this much effort in? It's only 6 books. Like,
But
they're
then
not even filling gaps in your collection.
But then I could be the winner,
Oh no.
and it's supernatural.
Oh, sweetie.
Yeah, it's both things. It's winning and supernatural. You shouldn't have told me that they did a DC line too, because that's
2.
Oh, that's next.
Yeah.
I just couldn't find those. Every time I looked up supernatural comics, it was just the IDW ones that popped
I've
up.
got one of the series digitally, I think. But,
Really?
Yeah.
Have you read them?
I started. It was kind of like,
Oh no,
not good.
whatever. As long as I own them.
Yeah. Oh God.
That's what I say to all you employees every day.
Whatever, as long as I own them. Yeah, and then you keep making me get you another mint julep.
That's right.
Dr. Savannah. He's back.
Oh my God, who would have known? I haven't really encountered him yet. That'll be interesting.
Do you have any Shazam books?
No, I almost bought that Jeff Johns one though from the thing I keep.
Yeah, I mean he's in there,
circling
but that's
it.
like the more recent version. You got to read something like Thunderworld or like Jeff Smith's, like the guy that did Bone.
Oh, okay.
Jeff Smith did a Shazam book, and Dr. Savannah's in there, more like the classic Savannah.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, next question comes from Braydon. Yes, the donkey rises. Who asks, all friends have had their fair share of arguments, and I'm sure the Atom and Hawkman are no exception. What was the worst fight between the two heroes? And who had the stronger argument?
Interesting. I mean, the Hawkman's legendary arguments are mostly with Green Arrow.
Yeah.
But I guess like the most kind of disagreement sort of thing that Hawkman and the Atom have is probably Blackest Night. So a little bit of background here. Some of this stuff we've talked about before, but it's good to recap. So the Atom's ex-wife, but his like original romantic partner in the comics was Jean Loring. She was this lawyer in Ivytown, which is the city that the Atom is from. And Jean Loring eventually basically kind of goes crazy, and you find out she's responsible for the death of Sue Debney. It's kind of an accident, but she's also nuts. But essentially she killed Sue Debney. And then like the guilt of that makes the Atom go away for a while and feel very kind of small and bad. Also, by that point, they are exes. So like she has left him. She cheats on him at one point and he feels bad about it. She kills Sue Debney and he's guilt-ridden that it could have happened, even though it had really very little to do with him. Other than the fact that Jean she takes his shrinking tech and shrinks and tries to just like kick Sue's brain a bit so that she has an accident, because her thing is like, if Sue is in trouble and then Ralph is with her, then everyone will be like, oh, I care about the people in my life. And she thinks like Ray will come back to her. But then Sue dies. She gives Sue an aneurysm and Sue dies. So that she torches the body. This thing does happen where Ray is like, oh, I actually do care about Eugene. This is a terrible tragedy. But then he finds out that she did it. And yeah, she ends up going to Arkham, and Ray is like, she used my tech. I fell for this thing. That's great. So he has crazy guilt about that. And then eventually Jean dies. And then he has more guilt about that because he still has feelings for her despite all of the horrific stuff. Jean was Eclipso for a little bit and stuff like that. So he has a lot of that kind of guilt. And at the start of Blackest Night, you see he's on the phone with Carter Hall with Hawkman. And Hawkman's like, you gotta like you I can't believe like you're mourning Jean still, or like you're visiting her. I can't remember the exact argument, but he's like, what are you doing? Like, she's crazy. She's wronged you so much. She's wronged all of us so much.
Jeez. And
the Atom is like, don't bother. Like he kind of like hangs up.
Whoa.
Sort of thing. And the Atom, and then Hawkman, it might be Hawkman that says it, where he's like, Jean Loring is the only person in the world I've seen that can make the Atom feel small. And it's this very like good panel of the Atom, like just in small shape, like just sitting on a desk. And
whoa.
like, it's actually really heartbreaking. It's not really an argument, but it's like they don't like Hawkman doesn't have the emotional tools at that point to help Ray out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And very shortly after that, Hawkman and Hawkgirl are killed by Black Lantern Elongated Man, I think.
Whoa.
So they die. And so, then that sort of becomes a thing there. So it's not necessarily a full argument, but it's definitely like a disconnect where like the sort of support that Hawkman is trying to give Ray's not having. And also Ray is, it's just, they aren't quite where each other is, and he's not there for Ray there. I think that's the closest you get to like an issue in their friendship.
Wow.
How'd it go?
I'm dealing with something. Hold on. Someone did try to like sneak it out from underneath me with like 30 seconds. Motherfucker, he got it. Oh, that upsets me.
But like, what did you think of my answer to the question?
Oh, is that what you were asking me about?
Jesus. Let's talk to a whole fucking bunch about the Atom.
Look, I had more important things to worry about.
I disagree.
It was Wildstorm too, so it was DC. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Motherfucker. That son of a bitch. You fucking... Whoever waits until the very second.
Yeah, who is Dr. DC?
I will lose my mind. I'm very upset about this.
I can tell.
Yeah. Yeah, great answer. Good job.
Shoot back 3 names that I said.
Sue Dibney.
Okay.
The Atom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the Atom's romantic partner's name? The one who becomes his ex-wife who goes crazy. The one I spent a lot of time talking about there. What's her name? The one that was sort of the crux to the answer of the question. What was her name?
Ray Palmer.
The name that I said? Jeez.
Look, I had important things. You know what? Actually, if you had shut up for a few seconds, maybe I could have focused on what I was doing.
Oh, yeah, this is my fault.
Yeah, this is all your fault.
Maybe if you bid harder.
Look, I'm not bidding as hard as I can. I could have done better. I was trying to get the cheap way out. That was the lesson I learned.
Yeah.
Always pay more.
See? And just like the Atom and Hawkman, our friendship has taught you how to do a better job next time. I guess. That's not really the point of the answer I gave to the question.
At least I got the Star Trek books I wanted.
There you go.
Next question from the Lantern Cast. What did you think about the Blackest Night Atom and Hawkman one-shot resurrected title? Personally, outside of GL and GLC, I find this and a handful of others critical to the story. What did you feel about their involvement in the event as a whole?
Huh? Oh, sorry. I was just
That's okay. We can move on to the next
random
question.
can of beer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't realize we were in the middle of a recording, so I started doing something else.
Sorry, does reading that thing get something for you? Do you get something out of reading that?
Knowledge, you cretin.
Gross. I'm trying to get books to have stuff.
I know.
Every once in a while, one slips into my view and I read it, but... Oh, now I know about Shazam! Can't get that time back.
Right. So, good, nice way the questions lined up that we talked a little bit about Blackest Night. So, part of the Blackest Night event, which was when Black Lantern rings are reanimating the corpses of all the dead in DC. Yeah. Part of what that event did that was actually like a fun little gimmick was they resurrected old titles. So,
that's cute.
Comic titles that hadn't published in decades.
Whoa.
They gave them like another issue that was a tie-in to the thing. So, like Atom and Hawkman.
That's really cool.
That it was the Atom had a series up to whatever issue 38.
Yeah.
And then Hawkman's series ended and they put them together and they continued the Atom's numbering. So then it was the Atom 38 and then Atom and Hawkman 39. And then they did like 7 or 8 issues of that, and then that series ended.
How many, like...
That series ended at like 46 or something, and that was in like the
Is this
whatever
New
this
52?
the 60s or the 70s is when that
Yeah,
happened.
this is New 52.
No, all of this takes place before New
Okay, I was
52.
gonna say, I'm like, could you imagine if this was like New 52 stuff and how many fucking angry nerds would have been like, my perfect collection now gets like tainted?
No. So like the Atom and Hawkman series ended in the 60s.
Yeah.
And then for Blackest Night, they got an issue 47.
I mean, that's a good idea.
So they resurrected a bunch of titles. Question got one. Atom and Hawkman got
I like
one.
that.
It was a very, very fun idea.
Yeah, I wish they would do that more.
That worked with just the story.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. But yeah, so this Atom and Hawkman, the Atom is actually a relatively big part of Blackest Night.
Mm-hmm.
He ends up being deputized into the Indigo tribe. He gets the Indigo ring and stuff like that. And that Atom and Hawkman special features him kind of reliving all of these trauma things that I've talked about, Jean cheating on him, about Jean killing Sue, about, his time.
Her name was Jean, by the way.
Fuck you. During like Sword of the Atom, he had shrunk down after Jean left him and like lived among these like little people in a jungle. Like it was like a sword adventure kind of thing that the Atom had. So you're going through all of that. And then he has to, as the Indigo Lantern, protect Indigo 1, who's trying to do big story stuff.
Okay.
And he has to fight the undead Black Lantern, Hawkman and Hawkgirl.
Oh, wow.
And so, the part of what the Black Lantern rings can do is they can access memories and stuff like that. They're just reanimated. It's not their souls, right? So they're saying, like they're bringing up all his stuff and playing like the friendship against him, where it's like, you told me that Jean hurt you so bad and you'd never blah, blah, blah. Because they're trying to get an emotional reaction because the Black Lanterns feed on emotion. So it's a neat story in that it doesn't feature their friendship, but it riffs off of it because the Hawks are already dead and the Atom is in this sort of weird position. But also to the point made in the question, it actually is sort of integral to the story. If he fails in that issue, Indigo 1 doesn't succeed and the other Lantern Corps don't show up to fight at the end of the big event. Because Black Lantern Jean Loring shows up and he has to like fight her in Indigo 1's ring.
Oh, wow.
So it actually is like a story thing. Now, if you read Blackest Night without it, Blackest Night still makes sense. Mm-hmm. But when you add that in there, you go like, that's a great little, it's the perfect sort of tie-in. If you don't read it, it doesn't ruin the story. But when you do read it, you're like, that is still like adding to the epic. It's not just like, not like that Booster Gold one that we didn't love, right?
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's, I agree. I really like that one. I think it's a neat way to riff on their friendship too, because that's the whole point in Blackest Night is all these old relationships come up as these like corpses recite memories, but are doing it to evoke like bitterness or fear or things like that. So
do you think it's critical to the story?
I mean, technically, in terms of what the like what he is doing in the plot, if he didn't do it, then the heroes lose. But narratively, if you don't read that, you can still read Blackest Night and it's fine.
Okay. Fair. All right. Next question comes from our favorite religious representative, the one and only Chris Chan.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Who asks, which iteration of Hawkman is the Atom's best, or is the Atom friends with? Does the friendship work no matter the version?
Great question. So, I'm going to cite my sources a little bit.
Okay.
I went to the Hawk expert. I went to Hawk World. His name is Tim Board.
Yes. Great Twitter account.
Good Twitter follow if you enjoy Hawkman and shit like that. Knows everything about the Winged Wonder.
Mm-hmm.
So I went there a little bit just to double check. And the Golden Age Hawkman obviously existed, but there was a Golden Age Atom in the way that there was a Golden Age Flash and Green Lantern and stuff like that. Al Pratt, he was like a diminutive guy that was strong and shit like that. There is no real connection between those characters. It starts with the Silver Age version. So Ray Palmer as the Atom, he has the white dwarf star belt that allows him to shrink, and That's his power. And then Katar Hall, the Thanagarian cop Hawkman. That's where the relationship starts. And for the most part, that is the relationship until we get through some of those like crazy post-Hawk world Hawk retcons. And then it's just whoever Hawkman is. But it is always Ray Palmer. As far as I can tell, Ryan Choi doesn't really have a
relationship
Hawk friendship. And as far as the Hawks go, they were meant to be all one at that point, even if it was still kind of clumsy.
Yeah.
So as far as does it matter no matter the version, now they're all the same version, so no, it doesn't matter. And in that Venditti series, I think it's in like issues 4 to 7 or something like that, he and the Atom team up again in the microverse and stuff like that. And that is more of a Carter Hall like archaeologist, like reincarnating lives sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because the Katar Hall is just a different life of his. So that is like a difference, but they're technically all in there. But yeah, it started with the Thanagarian one. And now it's been pretty well established through, the Identity Crisis, Cry for Justice, Blackest Night, and then into now that the Carter Hall archaeologist reincarnating one also maintains that friendship with Ray Palmer.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you think that, I know that the reincarnation thing, like, at least from what I've seen in TV and things, like, they slowly find out that they're that person, right? Like,
right. The memories aren't just, like, baked in. That's certainly how they did it in, like, the Arrowverse and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
is that how it is in the comics, or do they, like...
Well,
they wake up and they're just like, oh, I'm a fucking baby. Oh, no.
That Venditti series had him sort of, like, discover lives a little bit. And he... Actually, like, Hawkman also had the ability in that book not only to gain the memories and the experiences of those lives, he could actually, at least once, he actually summons the other lives. Like, he, at one point, uses himself as a portal to, like, summon all the Hawkmen he's ever been to fight the Deathbringers.
Oh, wow.
Pretty sure. Which is kind of cool. But he was discovering lives. Like, he discovered his Kryptonian past life, Katar All, and stuff like that. But, yeah.
Like, is there like a little kid hawk, like a hawk kid?
The actual, sorry?
Is there like a hawk kid who, like, is like, oh, I'm this guy, and I figured it out?
I'm sure it's been dealt with at some point, but I don't remember a discussion of the mechanism of gaining those memories. Like,
yeah.
And it's also like I think the Venditti series talks about it a little bit, but it's like some lives, like it's kind of the way of doing, like, these are the main ones. Like, these were the continuity ones.
Yeah.
Some of them come easy. Like the Katar Hall one, he's like, yeah, I've been Katar Hall.
Yes.
And then other ones, he's like, oh, I did that. Like,
yeah.
He has some, he doesn't have others. There's maybe a circumstance makes him think of one. It's a very amorphous thing, and I think it's deliberate so that the real clear ones are the ones where it's like he should have all these memories so that we don't fuck continuity. So he can be like, yes, I was there.
Yeah.
But then these other ones are amorphous, so it's like someone else can create something, or we don't have to, like, he doesn't have to magically have the answer to everything because he's been at every moment in time or something like that. Like,
well, I mean, nobody's memory works like that, right? So
there's sort of like, I think it's very deliberate that way.
Like, I can barely remember what I ate last week, let alone like what I did 10 years ago.
I mean, that's also true, but I guess you could argue that he has a sort of superhuman
memory
capacity for memory and knowledge and stuff. Because
like, I just want
access through those lives.
You could really do like a little kid version. It'd be very cute.
Yeah.
They haven't done it.
I don't think so. I don't remember seeing one. Yeah. I mean, he is at some point a kid.
That's what I mean. But, like, is he a kid with the knowledge of being Hawkman?
I don't think so. I think in some versions,
like, I'm in this fucking kid body.
I think in some versions, he had to access it through the Absorbiscon, which is like a piece of Thanagarian tech.
It's a memory dampener.
Yeah. A past life dampener.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I'm trying to just figure out the mechanics of this.
I mean, this is one of those ones where I don't think I think it would be unwise for anyone to try and nail it down too much.
You know who needs to take a
Part of
swing
what
at
makes it work is that it's vague.
I think Morrison needs to take a swing.
Oh, Christ. No, we only just fixed it.
I think he might get to the center of it. Or give it to Johns and he'll just make 7
My
of it.
argument is they did get to the center of it, and the answer is not hammering it all down.
The answer is shut up.
Kind of.
Fair.
Kind of.
All right. Let's...
Jeff Johns did do a solid Hawkman. He wrote him for JSA and stuff like that. Like, he's the one that kind of brought the Carter, like the Golden Age Hawk, back a bit to that character. Jeff Johns definitely has like a good understanding of it, but I go with that Venditti model. Some lives come easy, some don't. Sometimes he remembers them based on circumstance. It's what the story needs and very little more.
Sometimes Venditti, sometimes Vendon't.
Venditti.
Nice. Right now we are leaving Twitter and heading on over to the Instagram.
Now we're going to Instagram, take some questions and answer them. Squibbity-bop-bop-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba.
Squibbity bop, squibbity bo.
Hawkman and Atom.
One is little and one has wings. I'm a little drunk because from this beer. This is great beer.
Yeah. I also had a drink at work today.
Oh, I saw.
Yeah.
I did have a conversation because I was doing a lot of the like setting up our new employee and teaching her like the rules of the company and stuff.
Right.
I remember like going through all these bullet points of like the rules of the office and stuff, and then there's like a bullet point that just says alcohol, and she's like, what a place that I work with that there's a bullet point about alcohol. Sure. I'm like, you're just lucky it's a positive bullet point.
Yeah. No one abuses it.
That's what I say. I'm like, this is an open thing until somebody ruins it, and no one's ruined it yet.
Yeah. Everyone's very careful not to ruin it.
Much like in society, everything is great until someone ruins it.
Yeah. You don't start with laws.
Yeah, no.
You start with...
Everybody just live your life.
Yeah, and then you're like, damn, I guess we need to tell people not to kill other people.
Yeah, apparently that was a thing we needed to make a rule about.
Yeah, what's the office policy on murder?
I mean, we haven't had to address it yet.
Oh, great.
Just not me, I guess,
Yeah.
if there's a rule.
I went to prison, but I didn't lose my job.
Wasn't illegal in the office.
Your Honor.
You know the office is in Canada.
Oh, God.
I thought this was international. International waters. Next question comes from Jack fucking Stonewall.
Oh, yeah, you son of a bitch. You're not going to hurt anyone anymore. I'm going to Jack Stonewall you.
Oh my God. That bill's never going to get to the Senate. I'm going to Jack Stonewall it.
Yeah, keep the filibuster. Yeah.
Jack Stonewall asks, what the fuck do they even have in common? God, that is the most Jack Stonewall thing I've ever heard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's screaming it into a phone, and on the other end is the president.
Yeah.
What the fuck do they even have in common? I'm sorry, Jack. That's all I could do for you.
Oh, my God.
From this moment on, you're disavowed.
Oh, my God. He's a man on the run. Jack Stonewall.
I don't run. I plant my feet like a stone wall.
Hawkman's not stuck in there with Atom. They're stuck in there with me.
Oof.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of the question we were trying to answer at the beginning.
Yeah. And it's very fair.
Yeah.
I don't remember what comic it is, but okay. Well, first of all, I will say, I think it's their first adventure together.
Mm-hmm.
They fight whatever as the Atom and Hawkman.
Sure.
But also in that issue, they accidentally run into each other as Ray Palmer and Gene Loring and Carter Hall and Shira Hall.
Oh, really?
And they kind of meet and become friends like as double dates.
Not knowing that
knowing
Oh,
that
wow.
happened. So they teamed up and it went well. And then they also like connected like in their civilian identities. So part of what they have in common, I guess, is that they met as like couples.
Swingers.
No.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Hawkman was like, throw your keys in a bowl.
Yeah. I'm going to pay the Ralmer.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it worked.
That's fine. It sounded like it did. That's half the effort, I think.
Right. So they actually made a connection as in two ways. And then later they reveal their identities to each other. I think because like one finds out the others, and then to be fair, they reveal theirs. And so it's sort of like, you know, when you're a couple and then you just make other like couple friends. I think part of what they had in common is that they weren't just like depressed loners like some of the other superheroes are.
See, look, you could be a superhero.
I'm a depressed loner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're halfway there.
I just can't be friends with the Atom.
Yeah. That's fair.
So I think that's part of what they had in common. And then there's a much more modern comic or something where I think the Atom, he talks about like his family. I think he had a brother who died, and Carter makes him think of that brother. And he thinks of Carter as a brother. So it's not like we get along because we think the same about everything, nor is it we are a duo because we think the opposite about everything. Mm-hmm. We're a real odd couple. It's nothing like that. It's just the way like actual friendships form, which is like you have a thing that somebody wants. You kind of connect,
hang out because
you're
of it.
Fun to hang out with, and then you realize you have this thing in common. You're both superheroes. You both end up on the Justice League and stuff. You're just like they're friends, like normal friends.
Yeah, like normal friends, where one guy has a thing that the other guy wants, and so they get together and spend a lot of time together, and the other guy just keeps using that thing.
And one guy's really good at emotionally manipulating the other one into working really, really hard on the thing that only he, the first guy, cares about that much.
Yeah, that's right.
To the point where eventually the guy he's manipulating also cares about that thing, but he doesn't realize that it's because he's been manipulated the whole time.
Hell yeah. Yeah, he did.
Do you think you're the manipulator in this?
Wait, which guy am I? That's the true friendship, is that both think that they're manipulating the other one, and they find out that they've just been friends the whole time.
Yeah, until you die.
Yeah, friendship.
Yeah.
As I'm falling into sleep forever, I'm like, got him.
Yeah. And I'm like, just do not resuscitate until he's dead. That's I'm DNR until Richard's gone. So help me God, I need to make it longer.
Oh God, if it's a competition, I'm fucking ready.
No, I don't want that. I've thought about it. I want to go out first.
I know. I was like, yeah, you want to do this?
No, I don't want.
I'll go forever.
I don't want to live that long.
Remember, mice are immortal now.
Yeah, yeah. You sent me that.
I did a bit about it on when I was doing stand up the other day.
Oh, really?
I literally went up on stage and I was like, "So mice are immortal," and then I sat there quietly for a while. I'm like, "Yeah, now you have to deal with that too." I'm like, "This is information I have. Figure it out yourselves."
Slight oversimplification, but horrifying nonetheless.
Yes. It's funnier to say mice are immortal than they figured out how to like de-age mice so that they could live 30 years longer.
No, say it that way.
Yeah. So funny.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. From Stump Chunkman. Step into the stump. Stump Chunkman.
I feel like we haven't done that in a long time.
I know. He always uses his other fucking accounts.
Well, yeah, I normally just ignore his questions.
Yeah, no, he asks questions all the time. It's the first time it was good enough.
Well,
Yeah.
sometimes, I mean, Stump knows this too. Sometimes his questions are just, "The fuck is this?" And
I mean, that's also very true.
yeah.
And we already got one of those from Jack Stonewall. So.
Yeah, baby.
Fucking Jack my Stonewall.
Oh.
Because it's hard as a rock.
I got it.
Yeah, it was a penis joke.
Like a rock.
Oh, like a rock.
What does Stump ask?
Stump asks, during any of their team-ups, when they were about to go into battle, did one of them say, "Up an atom"?
No, I don't think so.
I appreciate
Although
the
I
joke.
really hope someone finds a panel that disputes that. If they ever did do that, I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they did not. though.
I mean, that's really smart.
I don't know that it's really smart, but like,
That's a genius. That's the best writing I've seen in a while.
let's talk about though their little nickname here, because this is as good a place as
Sure.
any to talk about it. The Atom,
Mm-hmm.
also sometimes known as the Tiny Titan.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, Hawkman, even though his normal sort of like other moniker is the Winged Wonder,
Yes.
he's known as the Fury here. Any of the Atom Hawkman team up things were like the Titan and the Fury and the Titan.
As if those are like things that are paired together usually.
Yeah, or that like he had been called the
Yeah.
Fury a bunch,
No.
which I don't really think is true. But it's become sort of a name that is stuck. Like in some like Hawkman collected editions, now they use the word Fury, and that like it stuck because they made it.
Yes.
kind of thing. But yeah, that's their nicknames. I don't think they ever used those in battle either, though. They never called each other like the Titan and the Fury. I don't think that's just like it's like how we call Batman the Caped Crusader or something like that.
Yes, it's more of like a colloquial term, but not.
Yeah, yeah. Up and at them.
It's like how you and I now refer to ourselves as Smoke and Sow.
No, I'm not doing that.
Oh, come on! You didn't
You
even...
already make me call myself bread pudding. Hey, you guys.
That's right, bread pudding. Hey, I can call you BP. What a spill you left downstairs.
Oh, yeah. 4.3 trillion tons
Of bread pudding.
of yeah.
That's the dream.
Yeah.
It's I mean, look, is it better than Keith? I don't know.
I mean, Keith is I just don't know why my name was Keith for a bit.
I don't know, but I like it. It's your alternate.
There's a
it's-
guy I used to work across the hall with,
Yeah.
hall from, when I ran the store, the one store in town.
Mhm.
And for 2.5 years, he called me Reese, and I never corrected him.
But you heard him. and
I heard him, but I by the time I realized he was saying it wrong, I was like, I
you
feel
let it go
awkward.
for too long.
I feel awkward calling him out on it now. So now I still see him in town, and he just calls me Reese.
Oh my god! Do you want me to go with you one day there, and I'll just be like, "Hey, Reed."
Oh no, because he's also the like one of the notorious swingers in town. I try and minimize contact.
Oh yeah, it's better that if he can't refer to you by name. I see.
Yeah, who's this Reese character?
Oh my god! I want his Reese's Pieces.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I went Reese's Pieces,
Yeah,
peanut butter cups,
yeah.
Jif in the mouth.
Oh man, if you haven't listened to this week's Ghostfacers,
Yeah. Did you all know that Ludacris is doing a vaguely horny Jif promotion on TikTok? Where you gotta get a mouthful of Jif, and then you gotta rap. Or as we said, the campaign should have been give him the nut.
yeah. Talk about a peanut butter pie.
Yeah. I nutted in my sandwich. I'm making Thai soup. Let's nut in here.
Yeah. You won't believe the many places that you can nut.
Yeah. You won't last 20 seconds eating this sandwich.
Yeah. I still like that Star Trek meme. you said. Oh God. All right. Next question comes from the real Josh Gill.
Oh, sexy Gil.
There's somebody who needs a nut.
Oh, come on. No, Gil's taken. Gil's off the market.
Yeah, but don't worry.
I hate how he broke the news to you. I'm firmly Team Richard here.
Here's the thing, though.
I rarely will stick up for you, but in this matter, I'm firmly Team Richard.
It's okay. His partner and I are working out something.
Oh God.
I got a private DM, so
What?
It's good.
Really?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Saying
What a tangled web we weave.
it's saying basically he was open to being shared. So,
Wow. Wow. Gil, you've got a good one.
I know. I was.
You hang on to her. You don't let her
Yeah.
go.
I was like,
Life is precious.
I was like, all right, I approve of this one.
Yeah, that's
cool as hell.
Tremendous sense of humor. Well done.
Yeah, sense of humor.
Yeah. Are we still going to commission the German to do something of Josh?
Oh yeah. Well, don't ruin it now.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Edit point. The real Josh Gill asks, are they the most polar opposite duo? If not, who is? I would say Green Lantern and Green Arrow are more polar opposite if you're talking about like political, at least, ideologies.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they were definitely further apart. Even Green Arrow and Hawkman, further apart.
Sure.
Batman and Superman, I would argue, are further apart.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the Atom and Hawkman one, maybe part of the reason why it doesn't really stand out, even though it's classic but not iconic, I guess is like maybe the distinction.
Yeah.
And maybe part of the reason is that it's just such a normal friendship.
It's normal.
But yeah, it's the way it's supposed to look. Maybe it's just because it's not this clash of identities or philosophies or this like the only thing that stops me from slipping in the darkness is Clark. Like it's not that, they never watched a bunch of tentacles fuck each other like Batman and Superman did.
The way true friendship is formed.
Yeah. Like maybe it's just because, they just have a regular friendship. It's very kind of like almost mundane. They just know a lot about each other. They've been friends for a long time. They support each other. They kind of know how each other
friends work.
They know how each other thinks and stuff. And maybe that's the reason why it doesn't stand out the way some of those other real legendary duos and friendships do.
Yeah.
We talked about Fire and Ice before. Part of the thing of Fire and Ice is they were created together, and one was this like sexy extrovert, like, passionate Brazilian with fire powers, and the other was this like timid, shy ice maiden from Norway.
Yeah.
Like they were like literally like, look how different they are.
Yeah.
The Atom and Hawkman aren't necessarily that different, but they're also just not that the same. They're just friends, which is,
I don't like it.
in a very weird circular way, it's almost more special because so many comic like superhero friendships have to be like about something.
Yeah.
And this one isn't. It just worked. These people like them together. It's not even like their powers play off each other, but yeah, like one flies, one shrinks. And you go like, sure.
Yeah.
And you just kind of roll with it. I don't know. I think it's fun. I maybe the most opposite they ever get is that, Kadar Hall is like a cop. Everything's very black and white, blah, blah, blah. And Ray Palmer is a scientist, a professor, is very intellectual. One is very action and one is very thinking. But I mean, even that, I don't know that like all the stories really riff on that a lot, it's, they're just kind of regular. They're also a couple of friends.
What is that?
The Birthday Boys.
Oh God, I haven't.
Yeah. The Goldhoff and Steinstein, the songwriting duo. We're not just songwriting partners. We're not just roommates. We're also a couple of friends.
Yes. That's very funny. I forgot about that. That's a great stint. All right. Next, we are leaving Instagram and heading over to the Doc Scored.
Doc's my score tonight. I don't want to dox your score until the Docs are scored.
I feel like we've done that one before.
Oh, shit. Maybe that's why it came so easy.
Yeah. I mean, that's not why.
Docs are scored. Come on, baby. Docs are scored. Sometimes scored. Don't docs I get scored, baby. Docs are scored.
That's just a banger.
Yeah.
That's better than the original.
I threw some claps in there.
I
We
know.
had production, baby.
Oh my God. I know. I haven't done like a fucking like 12 layers deep like production thing in a long time.
We haven't done that since like episode 17.
Yeah, it's almost like I used to have to compensate for something.
Or we thought we used to have to compensate for something.
Or we should still be, and we just...
And now we're lazy.
Yeah.
We're resting on our laurels.
So many laurels.
We're already in our 5th year. What do you want?
Yeah, what, do you expect me to fucking try? This is like 6.4%. I'm not drunk.
6.4% supposed to be a strong beer.
I mean, that's not a... Yeah.
It's only like 1% more than most beer is.
And maybe in Canada.
Yeah. That's where we are.
Yeah, I just mean that like...
How drunk are you?
I think... Where am I? I think American beers are like usually around 3s.
Yeah, but Americans are pussies.
Whoa. Okay, they're talking about 80% of our audience.
Yeah. You hear me? I mean, they know their beer's shit.
Look, guys, I can't. I can only hold him back for so long.
They know
he's
their
not even wearing
beer's
fucking
shit.
headphones today. I can't. I don't even know.
Why would I wear headphones?
Because you don't. Because
why would I wear headphones?
Fuck you. First question from the doc score comes from the Bat Fan Who Laughs, who asks, was Gentleman Ghost the true arch nemesis of Atom and Hawkman? He seems to be featured in a lot of issues. Is Gentleman Ghost a bad guy?
Yeah.
Oh, he's with a name like that. I just figured he was a dude.
No. So, well, let's talk a little bit about Gentleman Ghost.
Sure.
Gentleman Ghost, traditionally a Hawkwoman villain. His name is Jim Craddock, and in like the 18th century, he's like an English highwayman. He's robbing stagecoaches and shit like that.
Sounds like a good guy to me.
And he gets apprehended by, I think it's Nighthawk and Cinnamon, which is the Wild West past lives of Carter and Shayera. And there's a thing where it's like some curse is placed on him in a way that I don't remember right now. But it's that his soul can't rest until the souls of the people responsible for his death are dead. But the people responsible for his death are Carter and Shayera.
Okay.
And reincarnate.
Yes.
So can never be put to rest. So he's just this ghost who is forced to linger because his existence is tied to the existence of Hawkman and Hawkwoman.
Okay.
So that's Gentleman Ghost. Hawk villain traditionally. So I mentioned that Atom and Hawkman series. It was maybe like 7 or 8 issues that lasted when they teamed up. And it was like bi-monthly. Sometimes they'd have more than one story in them too. But of those like 7 or 8 issues, I think 2 of them feature Gentleman Ghost, which just playing the numbers game is he features a lot in that team up.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really, like in another issue they fight Vishnu, they just fight like random characters and shit like that. I would not say that Gentleman Ghost is like an arch enemy of that duo. He's one of the main villains of the Hawks. And so the Atom is sort of in there by proxy. But I wouldn't say that he's their arch enemy.
Who is?
I don't think they as a duo have one. But we've talked about Hawk villains before. I did think this would be a fun opportunity to just mention a couple of Atom villains. Because we don't talk about the Atom that much. People might not know that he has not a huge roster, but he does have a kind of dedicated stable of villains.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk about a couple of them here. One of them, very famous one, is Kronos. He's the time thief. His name is David Clinton, and he can manipulate time. He could travel through time. Sometimes he had a time belt where he could like change how time flowed for an object. So let's say he was in prison, he could change the flow of time so just the bars rusted and faded away, and he could escape.
Oh, I can travel through time, you know. Oh,
waiting. Oh, I see Clinton. Yeah,
my brother. On the other hand,
if I could go back in time, I'd get my name off that register.
Oh no, I'm talking about my brother.
Fucking Epstein screwed me.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Which is actually the least of my troubles as far as screwing goes.
I like that you do the hand thing, even.
I have to do it.
Yeah. Otherwise,
yeah. So that's, I would say, the Atom's arch enemy.
Yeah,
is Kronos.
Sure.
But then there's also Bug-Eyed Bandit,
ooh,
which has been adapted on The Flash.
Really?
Do you remember the... Oh. Okay, you remember like the younger sister of Lauren Cohen on The Walking Dead?
Yes.
The blonde one? So she was on The Flash a couple of times as a villain that had these little mechanical drone bees and stuff.
Oh,
like that.
yes.
That's a version of the Bug-Eyed Bandit.
Oh.
But Bug-Eyed Bandit in the comics, Atom villain. I think gets majorly killed during Crisis on Infinite Earths or something like that. So Bug-Eyed Bandit, dedicated Atom villain. There's also one with a very kind of fun name here. Humbug. We ever heard of Humbug? That's an Atom villain. Yeah, bah. So Humbug had the ability to like transfer his consciousness into different bodies, and the Atom had to go on this like mission, like destroy the other bodies and stuff. Mm-hmm. But then the Humbug uploaded his consciousness like into a computer or some shit. Humbug.
Oh, hey, I'm a computer.
Is it Travolta?
Hey, I'm a computer. It's like an old
Sandy.
It's an old sketch. I can't remember what it's from. It's like an old web sketch.
Oh, I see.
Oh, hey, what are you doing? I'm a computer.
Jesus Christ. Of course, Jean Loring eventually ends up being kind of like an antagonist, even though she started as a romantic interest for Ray. There's a few other ones, but the real kind of the big dedicated ones, the ones that aren't just shared villains. We've got Kronos. We've got Humbug. What was the other one that I said Bug-Eyed Bandit.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, a couple of fun Atom villains. But no, I actually don't think Atom and Hawkman as a duo have a arch enemy.
So if they're teaming up, they're going after one of their other
Although usually it ended up either Gentleman Ghost or it was like random. Like I don't even think I have a story where the Atom and Hawkman fight Kronos. Like
really,
it wasn't like we'll take a turn. This time we'll fight the Atom's villain. This time we'll fight. It wasn't really like that. It was more just like random one-off characters and stuff.
Weird.
Yeah.
All right. Next question comes from Butt Fart Butt.
Oh my lord.
Of the Kensington Fat Butts.
Of course.
Who asks, do you think there is room in current continuity for a Hawkman and the Atom series? Do you think the team works better when the tone of the book is more campy?
So I was thinking about this a bit. Mm-hmm. Obviously, more than any other period in DC, it's bat heavy out there.
Fuck yeah.
And that's, also when people say it's bat heavy, they're lumping in Nightwing and other stuff. I know that doesn't, a lot of them are Bruce focused.
Yeah.
But also, like, I don't think it's fair to count Nightwing's his own character.
Yeah.
But
still Bat Family.
Still very heavily that way.
Yeah.
And part of the argument is always about, things don't sell, whatever. We're also seeing a lot of more like limited series, 6 issues, 8 issues, 12 issues, and see how it goes kind of thing. There's a part of me that wishes that in the way they used to in the Silver Age, Bronze Age, if you have a couple of series that aren't doing well, put them together, give them like an extra 5 or 6 issues to write the ship together.
Totally.
Because that was what so like I said, the Atom had a series and Hawkman had a series, and then both weren't doing well, and so they moved Hawkman over to the Atom series, renamed the book, so it was like the Atom 1 to 38 and then Atom and Hawkman 39 to 46 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then 47 with the Blackest Night one. But that was also the case with the Green Lantern, Green Arrow series. They put them together because both of them were doing shitty. Like, even Green Lantern wasn't doing great.
Wow.
And they put them together. There's a part of me that that wishes that you can't do it for everyone, but it's also partly how you forge weird team-ups and things like that. Like, were Green Lantern and Green Arrow really tied together before that series? Not especially. That series forged them into this thing that has now got the power of comic continuity and canon and history behind it. And it'd be fun, especially you think back to like the New 52. They launched 52 books with a relatively wide spray of characters in that. Like, you had a Dial H book and a Captain Atom book and a Mr. Terrific book and Hawk and Dove. Like, everyone had a fucking book in the New 52. And a bunch of those dropped off quick, but you think like, yeah, if you're only going to get like 8 issues out of Mr. Terrific, just move him over, like make, now we have like Captain Atom and Mr. Terrific and we give them another 5 issues, just to see like, does the combined readership of the people that wanted those characters hold them together? It's a thing that makes me kind of excited about the upcoming Aquaman Green Arrow team up book, that Deep Target that's coming.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's not born out of their books doing poorly because neither of them have books right now.
Yeah.
But it is maybe born out of the same thing of like, if we combine the people that want to read these books,
it'll be enough readers for that book.
Although I don't think Aquaman's ever really struggled for readership, but that's beside the point. Modern Aquaman, I should say. But I do like that idea where it's like, do they go together? And it's like, it kind of doesn't matter. And I think that's like the lesson I'm sort of taking from the Atom and Hawkman thing is like, you can make something fun and possibly something even enduring out of a thing that on paper doesn't make sense. It doesn't have to be like about something. You know what I mean? Like, these are the only 2 that could do this. It's like, are they? Just be like, I don't know.
These guys are hanging out. This is what they did.
Yeah, Firestorm and Animal Man. Just see what happens. Like I think there's something fun about that.
I like that. Yeah.
Right now is the weird kind of wrong climate for it, maybe. But I kind of wish some of that philosophy was like, your last shot is to make it work as a book together. Maybe you kind of
one shot, one opportunity.
You kind of combine creative teams, or you do like a main story and a backup, and so you can keep some people employed a bit longer too. But you go, you get 5 more issues. If that does well, we'll keep this duo book going, and then you get something weird and fun out of it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's kind of my feeling about it. So, do I think there's space for it right now? Probably not specifically this one, but the idea of it, I think, is the thing you're seeing with Deep Target. And hopefully other things to come.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, time for the last question from When the moon hits your eye like potato sardines, it's a Bruno.
Are sardines like really Portuguese?
Yeah.
Even though Sardinia, the island, is part of Italy.
They like sardines a lot.
Do they?
Mm-hmm.
Do they?
Based on that article I just pulled up.
Potato sardines, that's a Bruno. That was the song you had. When the moon hits your eye like potato sardines, that's a Bruno.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what's so crazy about that. Makes sense to me. Stuff Irish people like, stuff Portuguese people like, saying
what can I get you to eat? Well, I am in a Portuguese Irish pub. I guess I'll have the potato sardines.
Yeah, obviously. Can you say it in the dialect of
Chef Ramsay? Today I've prepared for you potato sardines.
It's
fucking raw.
Can you please say it in the accent of a person who's from both Ireland and
Portugal. Of course, it's the accent we all know how to do.
Yeah.
Potato sardines. Sorry, that was wrong. Potato sardines.
We love you, Bruno.
Sorry, Portugal. And sorry, Bruno.
Yeah.
I got there.
Irish, you deserve what you got.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck you guys.
Bruno asks, there is a fight between all the duos that were up as possibilities for this episode. What duo wins in the end? What character is the most useless of them all in the fight? And yes, of course, it's spoiler.
So, Tag Team Battle Royale, and quick reminder of what all of the potential team-ups for this episode were.
Yeah.
Atom and Hawkman.
Sure.
Green Lantern, Green Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Orphan and Spoiler.
Mm-hmm.
And Fire and Ice.
Mm-hmm.
So, they are teams, but it's just Battle Royale. They're all fighting each other. Who wins? What's the duo that pulls it off?
I mean, here's the problem. Is Green Lantern the most powerful of them all?
but the Atom has shrunk down into a lantern ring.
Oh,
Before.
interesting. Who's more powerful, Green Lantern or the Atom?
I don't think it's about power. It's maybe about the ingenuity of your power. I mean, if we're talking like the Green Lantern, Green Arrow is like Hal and Ollie. Hal is extremely accomplished with the ring.
Yeah.
But, can Palmer shrink down and sabotage the ring on the we saw in the Morrison Sharp Green Lantern, there's a whole world inside there. Could Palmer
join that world
or convince them to cut off the power to I don't know. Maybe. Also, does Hal's willpower, is it so precise and so strong that he could fight him on that small of a field? Meanwhile, Hawkman and Green Arrow are fighting. I actually think that's more of a fair fight than people would think it is.
Yeah, birds and arrows, I guess, yeah.
Green Arrow is very good. Hawkman is a great fighter and a skilled aerialist and all these things, but Green Arrow is not a slouch. He's got trick arrows. He's got a net arrow. He's got
Plus, he's got one of those kazoo things that make the sounds that Hawkman make.
Green Arrow just hides in a duck blind.
Yeah. Hawkman's, whoa, where? Shahira, where are you?
Oh, Hawkman. Oh. That's Green Arrow in the duck blind. Just going oh, so sexy, my love.
Oh, where is she? I'm going to expose my chest.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so I guess in that scenario, Green Lantern and Grey Arrow.
We've seen in the fight with Deathstroke cut the harness off of Hawkman.
Yeah.
The harness had the nth metal in it, and then he fell because he couldn't fly anymore. I don't know. There's ways that fight is pretty good. That's a relatively even fight. Is this our way of saying we are counting Fire and Ice and Orphan and Spoiler out?
Yeah.
I mean, Cassandra Cain, one of, if not the greatest fighter in DC.
Yes.
But is that enough against a Lantern or against the Atom?
I can't imagine it.
Or,
Sorry.
I mean, she could probably take Hawkman.
Yeah.
She could probably take, she could take Green Arrow.
Yes.
Definitively.
Yeah.
She could probably take Fire and Ice, even though Fire and Ice are not powerful characters, but I think Cass is competent enough to take them.
Yeah.
But I got my doubts about taking on Lantern.
Yeah.
I think I'm leaning the way you are, and I'm giving it to Lantern.
Yes. Specifically.
Mostly on the strength of the
Lantern. Yeah, 100%.
And who is the most useless? I agree with Bruno. It would be Spoiler.
Yeah, is it?
She's the least accomplished fighter.
Yeah.
She has no powers. And she's usually more of a liability than a help.
Is that a Kevin Smith character?
Spoiler? No.
No.
Love her as a character. I enjoy Stephanie Brown, but in the context of this, I don't think she's bringing too much to the table.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is the end of those questions. But before we go, we have a voicemail from the doc phone. That's right.
Holy shit.
And anyone who's wearing a headphone will be able to listen to it.
Fine, for fuck's sakes.
Oh, no, it's okay if you don't want to listen to it.
I don't really, but... I'm joking.
You'll
I love
take
you
that
all.
back.
All right. I have the goddamn headphones on like you wanted. You happy now?
I just play that that bunch of that music from Back to the Future into the headphones. I'll teach you.
The anti-life equation starts playing.
Yeah, that'll fucking teach you. All right.
Hey, friends. Hey, Discordians. It's lovely Mrs. Long. I didn't expect the phone to actually pick up. I thought it was a joke. But hi, everybody. I just want to say thank you so much for introducing me to comic books, and especially Richard, because I really loved the Ghost Chasers podcast, and one day you just outed that you guys were DC podcasts.
Constantly outing ourselves.
The bird is alive. Bird number 2 is alive. And the children are still alive. And they don't know where I hide my comic books from them. So now I've got all kinds of resentment from my children. Not really. I read them the comic books. Anyway. I just wanted to say, hey, guys, I am super embarrassed that this phone actually works. And
Us too.
love you, Bruno. Love you, Butt. Love you, other Doc Scordians. Dan, John, I love your food pictures. And thanks for the content, Jess. Bye.
Oh,
That's so sweet. Thank you so much.
that's very sweet.
I thought it was a joke.
Yeah, I know, because we never have them.
It's true, yeah.
See, this is what happens. You get played.
That's awesome.
People want to hear your voices.
Yeah,
Give us a call.
That was so nice of you.
Very, very sweet.
Yeah, and I think it's healthy to build up some resentment with your kids.
Yeah, it's called parenting.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
Yeah, only through resentment.
Yeah.
All right.
I could have been a contender.
Oh my god. Well, before we leave, we have one more thing to do. Of course, we need to play our favorite game.
Well,
Can you guess the name of the character based on someone who does not read comic books can describe that character to us? I'm sorry, do you not like this game? Do you have some troubles with this?
I like this game when you play it the right way.
Oh my god.
By that I mean in a way where I win.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, if you don't know this game, I send a photo of a DC character to my wife who does not read comic books, nor does she care for them. She sends back 4 clues describing what she sees. The doctor does not know what I sent. Can he guess based on these clues?
All right.
Are you ready?
I think so.
First clue of 4.
Okay.
Piercings and tattoos. I mean, that's more specific than like it's a person or
That's
something.
True. Piercings and tattoos. Manchester Black, Black Alice.
No.
Tattooed man.
No.
Crush.
It's just a little crush. Sometimes
Not like
I
I faint every time we touch.
It's not.
That's a fucking banger.
It is a good song.
All right, next clue.
Next clue of 4. Probably has an impeccable memory.
Piercings, tattoos.
Yep.
Impeccable memory.
That's correct.
I don't know how you visually represent that other than maybe it's words tattooed on them, like Memento style, although he had a bad memory, but maybe that's the riff we're going on here. Oh, interesting. Lissa Drack?
No.
Yeah, give me another clue.
Third clue.
Yeah.
Hindu Power Ranger.
It's not Ramakrishna.
No.
It's not Celsius.
Nope.
It's not. It's not Negative Flash. I don't think she had tattoos.
I can think of a couple residents that are screaming right now.
Yeah, I should have this.
Probably.
Okay.
Not a super obvious character, but for certain residents, they will be.
Sorry, what was the Hindu clue again?
Hindu Power Ranger.
It's not like Brother Warth.
It is 100% Brother Warth.
Yeah, baby.
I'm impressed. The last clue would have been broken tusk, small trunk.
Sure. Yeah, that would have helped. But I'm glad I got it without that one.
Yes, it's also the way she describes me.
Oh, no. Wait, what's the difference between your tusk and your trunk?
Wouldn't you like to find out?
I probably not.
Don't worry, it's broken anyways.
Yay, Brother Warth.
Look at that.
Blue Lantern.
That's right.
the second ever Blue Lantern after Saint Walker.
Yeah, Worth was from Space Sector 0002 and became the second person to be initiated into the Blue Lantern Corps. Each Blue Lantern was chosen by the Blue Lantern of the previous sector and brought to the Guardians of the Blue Lantern Corps, Ganthet and Saeed, to be evaluated so they can truly judge whether they are worthy to become a member of the Corps or not.
Yeah.
He was brought to the Odin, home planet of the Blue Lantern Corps, by its first member, Saint Brody Walker. I like that it's like Brody Walker.
Yeah,
as
Brody.
I know, it's like...
It's me, Saint Brody Walker.
Yeah. Worth spent several days with the Guardians while they evaluated and judged him for themselves. They explained to him what it truly means to be a Blue Lantern and join their cause.
Yeah, Brother Worth. He's got a cool design. I like him. Yeah, big space elephant.
Yeah.
Blue Lantern. Yeah.
In fearful day, in raging night.
Yeah.
What?
The Blue Lantern one I never get. I know a bunch of the Lantern Corps ones, but the blue one I always fuck up.
With strong hearts full.
Our souls ignite.
Strong hearts full can't lose.
Yeah, strong hearts full can't lose.
All right, that is it for our questions today. We're done with the game. We would love to hear from your residents.
Yeah. Hit us up for next week's episode.
Ooh.
It's all about... We're doing a Law and Order episode. Cops and lawyers, baby. And you know what? I think I'm going to set it up like Law and Order. First half, I'm going to take all the questions about cops in DC. They'll come first. And then we'll do all the questions about lawyers in DC. But there's lots of characters and stories that revolve around
the lives of Green Lanterns surround
law enforcement and like lawyers and attorneys and stuff like that.
Green Lantern Corps surrounds by Guardians and police.
Yeah.
These are their stories.
Yeah. And if this one goes well, then we'll do SVU, criminal intent.
I can't wait for Green Lantern Hollywood Nights. Yeah.
But yeah. So any questions about DC's huge roster of cops and lawyers? That's next week's episode.
I'm looking for all the lawyer stuff. We've done a bit of cops already, but
yeah,
I'm looking forward to. Yeah, let's try not to make this all Green Lantern stuff.
I think you think that's going to be a bigger part than it is. I think it's going to be all Gotham cops.
Oh, yeah.
Bullock, Gordon, Montoya, Christmas Allen.
Irish McPotato.
Yeah, Chief O'Hara.
Yeah.
Oh, no, should we call Batman?
I don't want another famine.
Jesus.
Let me go get these potato sardines.
Your Irish references are just potatoes and the lack of potatoes.
Yeah, Ireland. Potatoes and the lack thereof. I don't understand.
Ireland. You say potato. I say, oh shit, where?
Yeah. Don't take them. This isn't offensive. So send your questions for that episode to our various social media platforms like our Facebook,
Dr. DC Podcast,
our Twitter,
at Dr. DC,
our Instagram,
Dr. DC Podcast,
our email,
drdcpodcast@gmail.com.
Don't forget our Reddit,
r/Dr_DC.
The Ducaphone, like it today, is always open.
Wow, that was a beautiful Portuguese.
Portuguese. It's better than Irish G's.
Yeah. Call the dog phone 208-917-3238.
It's 208-917-DCEU.
If you're nasty.
Skinner. Of course, go to our website,
drdcpodcast.com or .ca.
Someone suggested that maybe some residents could be writing articles. I don't hate this idea.
I don't hate that idea either.
Yeah.
But they will be vetted.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I'm gonna mull it over, but I think certainly for people on our Patreon, for patrons, for people on our Discord, I think I can see that being a fun idea.
Yeah, absolutely. You will have to pay for the right to be able to write those articles.
Oh yeah, that's a new tier. Absolutely. Yeah. We're actually going to need you to sign over some collateral.
We're really putting ourselves on the line here, so what do you expect?
You need to write us into your wills. We
get their comic books.
You need to make
We've talked about this.
Yeah, you got to bequeath stuff to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bequeath.
Yeah.
We got one at the beginning of this episode. We want those 5-star reviews. We'll take
Yeah.
11, but we definitely want 5.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, we'll take whatever, but 5.
Yeah.
5.
At least 5.
And if you don't give us a review on either
don't-
iTunes or Facebook, and you do it somewhere else, take a little screenshot of it, send it to us so that we know that you did it. We'll read it on the show.
Absolutely. And if you want, you can send us some physical mail.
That's right, baby.
Oh yeah, I want your packages.
Yeah. Give us your packages.
Give me your
a sick
brown
joke.
boxes.
Yeah.
Wrapped in paper.
Yep. Keep going.
Hold on, I'll get there. Send him to either Reed Vanier or Richard Eden at 301 Hogue Street. That's Hoge Street, Whitehorse, Yukon, Canada, Y1A1V8.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, we love getting your packages.
Yeah. And we already talked about it, but you can support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/DrDC. There are 3 tiers, $1, $5, $7 level.
That's right.
All of them give you access to the Discord, our awesome Discord community. It's a ton of fun over there. It's possible that level also gives you access to writing articles I can post on the website.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky, and I figure out how that's going to work. And the higher tiers, you get bonus episodes. It's still Eatgist.
Holy shit, we got one more.
There is the final episode of Eatgist. Comes out on Friday. That's the double dose. You get that at the Silver Age tier. At the Golden Age tier, there's extra videos. There's theme polls. There's all sorts of fun extra stuff there.
You're gonna
and it
wanna-
helps support us.
You're going to want to find out what I put in the doc's mouth this week.
Yeah, I'm going to open wide.
And take it down your gullet.
Yep. I'm not going to chew.
Oh, seagull. And of course, if you want more content from us, we have a whole other podcast.
Yeah, Ghostfacers, a supernatural rewatch.
I mean, sure, that's what we talk about.
Yeah, I mean, it's somehow, we talked about this, it's somehow, we've gone through the looking glass, and Ghostfacers is now a much dirtier, much hornier show than Dr. DC.
Look, but
Dr. DC has become weirdly information-centric again,
I don't
even though
like
we
this.
sort of moved away from that. Sort of swinging back to actually talking about comics again, and the Ghostfacers is a lot of us just figuring out how we could insert ourselves into a piece of narrative fiction to get fucked.
That's not what I'm trying to insert myself into.
I mean, listen, Bella, Dean, both. I'll take it.
Any of them could ring my bell up.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. And I am on another podcast this week. Subscribe to the Goods from the Woods Patreon.
We're plugging other people's Patreons now.
Well, yeah, this is the
Subscribe
bottom.
to us first.
Yes.
Do it.
We get first crack at your money.
But yes, go check out the Goods from the
Yes,
Woods.
I am talking about the Jonah Hex movie this week.
So funny. A movie you've never seen.
No. The whole point is that we watch it and then talk about it.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah, so I will be
Very,
watching
very
it this
fun.
week and talking about it.
Goods from the Woods, great show. Definitely go support that Patreon if you can.
Brain freeze,
And
baby.
yeah, Richard will be guesting on there.
Yeah.
I've sent a message. I'm trying to weasel my way to guest on Too Fast, Too Forever, the
Oh my
Fast and Furious
God.
podcast that I'm enjoying.
That's so funny. What movie would you want to talk about?
I mean, 7 ideally,
Wow.
but literally any
Take
of
what you
them.
could get, yeah.
Literally any of them. They're all masterpieces.
Not 5, eh? You want to?
No, 7 is my movie.
Really?
It's that fucking wrench fight, man.
Oh, okay. The famous French fight.
The two gorillas
Yeah.
hitting each other with giant novelty wrenches.
Yeah, that's fun.
The Rock flexes out of an arm cast.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Vin Diesel says the thing about a street fight is the street always wins, and then the parking garage collapses.
That's pretty funny.
Amazing movie.
That's not the
I'm now plugging a thing that is a guest spot I'm hoping to get.
Yeah. If we put it, it's the
If I
secret.
put it out there, yeah.
All right. That is it for this week. Ciao, ciao.
Adios.
They always fight for what is right. Live with danger and adventure. They are men of might.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.